What's up guys, welcome back to Travel and Fun, another video from us. This video is very special because we are going to a special place, and the place is none other than Denmark's own Bornholm. So Bornholm is an island in Denmark, even though it's placed south of Sweden and it's much closer to Sweden than to Denmark, but it's a Danish territory. Yeah. So we are going to Bornholm, and how you go to Bornholm is from Copenhagen you cross the Øresund bridge, and then you go to this place called Ystad. From Ystad you take a ferry which is called Bornholms Linjen. Yeah. It costs the lowest price is 300 kroner. From there it's a 1.5 hour ferry that goes to Rønne in Denmark, in Bornholm. Yeah. And that's the route you have to take. So it's we're going to explore Bornholm, so we'll be there for 2 days. But before going to Bornholm, actually in Ystad there are a couple of places that you can see, and now we have come to a place called Stenar, which is around 15-16 kilometers from the ferry terminal. So I'll show you the name of the place. That's the name of the place, Stenar. So it's like a place with a lot of stones, something like the Stonehenge. Yeah. So that's where we are going. It's just besides a beautiful beach, but the weather is very grey and rough today. It's not very windy, but it's very foggy. There's a lot of mist. Yeah, but it's grey, so it won't be that beautiful. But I think we try to explore as much as we can. So our ferry is at 4:30 from the terminal, so we have some 3 hours now, so we try to explore, have some food, and then go for the ferry. Yeah, so hope you guys will like this video. Stay tuned for some amazing Bornholm stuff. Let's go. And then, do you guys know who's with us today for the trip? Abbas and Muskan, coming there slow. Yeah, so this was the thing that I told you before in one of our videos, that our friends are coming over and we'll go for a trip. So we are now heading on to Stenar, but more about the place once I go there and read something about it. It's a climb actually, so that's the reason why I'm kind of breathing so heavily. So finally we have reached Stenar. So these rocks, they are like 59 boulders, and each is said to weigh around 5 tons. Yeah, and they are said to be of the from the Viking age, so around 800 to 1050 AD. Yeah, so they're quite old, but the actual origin of this is yet still not known. So they think that maybe the Vikings, they bought it from some burial grounds and they placed it here, and it's in the shape of a ship if you see from the top. That's what they said. Unfortunately I didn't bring my drone here because the weather is not very pleasant for a drone, and it's a little misty and moisture around, so I don't want to risk it. But that's what it said. It's in the shape of a ship, and it's they say that it's one of the largest ship setting in Sweden. It's around 70 meters in length maybe, and it is said that these boulders, they have cup marks and such drawings chiseled on them. Possibly they are from some older times than the Vikings and when they bought it here. But the actual history of this place is still not known. It could be they haven't buried down yet, so it could be a burial ground, it could be a graveyard, or it could be something like a sundial or anything. So that's yet not known. So it is still in the older form that it was when it was erected here. So it's very much like a Stonehenge setting here. Also we saw something similar in Denmark, so the Dodekaleton. Yeah, but that was not, they were not just stones, they were actually built. Yeah, they were chiseled out from rocks, but this one is like they're real rocks, so they're also underground. So it's also, I think it should be the same length also underground. So they are huge, and there are 59 of them. So that's good, and it's really old, from the Viking age, so around 500 to 1000 AD. Yeah, but this name Stenar was given to it recently. Not recent in the sense, it was recent in the timeline that we're talking about. So that which was given in 1624. So before that, it was called Stenar. So Stenar, which means the rocks on the moor, and which people still call it in the same way. I mean, the people who live here in the vicinity, they still call it in the same way. That's Stenar. I'm sorry, my Swedish pronunciation could not be that good, but that's what I read about this place. Hope you guys are enjoying. I know the view is not so good because it's all misty around. It's foggy, misty. It's not very clear, and it's actually overlooking the sea here, which you cannot see right now. So that's how the weather is. So I think the visibility is hardly a few meters. So yeah, so that was Stenar. Hope you guys like this place. So when the weather is good, make sure that you guys come here. It's actually a good place, and if you have a drone or something, you can fly it over here and get some good views. So let's head over to the next place. Hopefully to the next place, or we'll head over to have some food, and then we need to catch a ferry to Bornholm. Yes, so this is the ferry or mini cruise that we came in, Bornholm's Linien. Yeah, that was nice. It was a 1 hour 20 minutes ride from Ystad to Rønne. So we are now in Rønne, and we'll reach our Airbnb in like 15 minutes. Yeah. So guys, on our way to our first spot of the day, Wang Pier, we came across this beautiful spot which has some kind of this structure. I don't know what it is, but it's on a cliff. So you actually have to go, you can see our car parked over there, but you have to go further ahead around that winding road to the Wang Pier. But I don't know what this place is actually. There's no network here, so I couldn't find on maps what it is. But if you guys know about it, please let me know in the comments. But it's a beautiful place. I wanted to fly my drone here, but it's quite windy and also a little rainy now. But it's a beautiful place. So the place that now we are in is called the Nevada Klippen. This is a rock formation here. It stands from around 8 to 30 meters high, and you can actually access the beach or the sea from the route that you can see right in the middle of the screen now. So you have to go around, and the parking is on the top there. This is actually called the Nevada Klippen. So Klippen is the cliff, Nevada Cliffs, yeah. So there's also actually something called the Las Vegas Wall and everything. So I'll try to climb up the cliff. So Anaka is in the car. She's actually unwell. It's sad. She has been unwell since the last 2 days. But she's just coming around with us in the car, not getting out because she's having some fever, a little bit of fever and cold. So it's better to stay in the car, yeah. But I'll show you the places, yeah. So let's go around and see what this place has for us. This is absolutely beautiful, guys, from here. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. Actually, to me, it looks more like a mine and the road that goes down a mine, but it's actually a cliff that's overlooking the sea. Look at the view. So from this end of this cliff, you can actually go up, but you can see Abbas standing there. But from top, forward, you will need a harness, right? Okay. Yeah, but it's okay. Come down, Abbas. So the rocks are actually very slippy and it can be risky. So please use a harness. I think, and that's why the rope is there, to use a harness. Okay. but it's just beautiful, guys. Amazing. I managed to climb up to here, and this is the view from the spot, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Look at our bus. Yeah, but then further on you need, if you can see, you need a harness to go. So it's dangerous to go without a harness, because it's actually very steep here. Yeah, you can see. So don't come here without a harness, but it is amazing, beautiful. There's a place here from where you can go down and come up from the other end. It's actually echoing there, but then we'll go over that tunnel, because that one just opens up somewhere here. The view from here, guys, amazing. So guys, what you see here is an iron bridge that's just on the way to the pier, and that's the Wang pier actually that you see there. Yeah, so you can go down there, enjoy the sea breeze, or you can sit on top of this cliff here. I'll put down a photo from the top of the cliff, but it's beautiful, and yeah, this is an amazing place to explore, guys. Beautiful. So guys, next spot on the way, that's which is Bornholm's most visited attraction, is the Hammershus castle ruins. Yeah, or if you say it in English, it's Hammerhus. So it's actually spelled like hammer. I'll spell it down here. So I'll tell you more about this castle ruins when I show you the castle ruins. Yeah, I'm not flying a drone today because it's very misty and foggy, so even in the drone you won't be able to see a lot. I'll show you how misty and foggy it is, so it would be even hard to see from the camera, but we'll try to go as close as we can and show you whatever we can show you. Yeah, let's go. So what you see behind me over here, those are the castle ruins. Yeah, and now you can see how foggy and misty it is, right? So then that's the reason why I'm not flying a drone. And the parking to this place is right over there. So it's free parking, and the entry is also free. Yeah, and you have to walk a little bit down this road to reach the castle ruins. So to go to the Hammerhus, you have to come through this cafe, and through this cafe you have to go through this door, which leads you to the Hammerhus castle ruins. Very cozy cafe with a good view. Now walking through to the ruins of Hammerhus. It's actually a beautiful spot overlooking the sea, and the cafe that we were in, that's over there, that's called the Borhuset. It's BRO in English. It's the bridge. So it's actually on a bridge. You can see, if you see it very carefully, it's on a bridge. Yeah. So that's the Borhuset, and then there's a monument there. That's the landmark for this castle actually, and there's a story about this castle and the ruins written over there in Danish. So probably you might have to translate that into English when you come here. But I can give you a very short gist of the story of this castle. Yeah. Another good spot that you can visit while you visit this castle is a little more away from here. I don't know if it's very visible, but right now in the middle of your screen, that's the lighthouse. That's the Hammershus. Yeah, so that's the lighthouse. So that's also one spot, but it's not accessible from here. You will have to go around and then access the lighthouse. But we won't be going to the lighthouse. After this we are going to a different spot. Yeah, it's a little uphill climb to the castle ruins, but I think it's worth it after reading the story. Yeah. And you can see the beautiful view from here overlooking the sea, and you can see there's a beach over there. Yeah, there are cars parked there. There's a beautiful beach. I don't think it's a beach, but like a beach. Yeah. So what I could read from here is that this castle is actually placed on an inaccessible rock that is 74 meters above the sea level. Yeah, and then it has two defense systems. One is the inner ring or the inner wall of the castle, and then there's the outer fortification of the castle. And then later during the 16th century it was again reinforced with two additional towers. And if you go ahead a little bit ahead, you can see that's actually our next spot. That will be a lake. So there are two lakes that used to be filled up during the rains and monsoon times, and then which makes this castle inaccessible, because then this is kind of on an island like thing, because then that lake is filled up from both sides of the castle. So the main entrance to the castle is the castle gate. Yeah, it consisted of a square tower with steps. So at the beginning of the 17th century, a rampart was built in front of the gate. And in 1645, the castle was captured by the Swedes. Their entry is said to have been made through the Swedish hole that can be seen further down the wall once we go in. Hopefully, we see the Swedish hole. Let's see. Now entering the castle through the castle gate. Let's see if we can find the Swede hole. Not yet. Wow. Look at the castle ruins. Amazing. So I think that's one of the tower. That's one, and probably the second tower was it. Okay, so this is not the entry of the castle. No. The entry of the castle is that one over there, because that was what was shown in the photo. Looks like this was some kind of prison. Yeah. So if you read about the story of this place, so it was actually, in short, the Swedes tried to capture the king and queen. They were accused of treason. Yeah. And then they tried to jump off the castle from a cliff, but they were killed. And then eventually the castle was taken into hands by the locals here. Then they took off stone by stone, and then the castle went into ruins. That's what I read about it. But the ruins look amazing. I really wonder how good a castle it would have been when it was like full. Yeah, probably this was all the floor of the castle, or maybe the courtyard or something. It's amazing. So this, what you see here, is supposed to be the storage house where they used to store animals and grains. Yeah, so they say that animals were stored on the ground floor and the grains on the first floor. So it's supposed, I guess, like it had two floors. Let's go through this small door in the storage house. Probably this looks like the second tower. So that was the one of them, and the second one over here. And there you see the Brohuset. So this tower in the castle is called the Blåmatårnet, probably the most well-preserved part of this castle. And it said that there was a watchman's gallery where you could see these holes on the above floor. And then below there were dungeons where they used to keep their prisoners until their case was tried, and they also for punishing the servants. So from that end of the Blåmatårnet all through here and through over there were the stables where they have stables to both sides, both ends, and then in the middle where I'm standing, there was the carriageway where the carriages could come in and then go to the right or left, and then the animals were left there, or horses were left there. Yeah, amazing. Let's go to the next tower and find out what's the history behind this one. So this tower and the gate here is the only way to the inner castle. Yeah, so probably this was the private residence of the king and queen here. So this tower that you saw, that was called the Mantle Turret. That was also a prisoner's place. So eventually, I think the king's daughter and her husband, they were caught and they were put in prison. But then they tried to escape from the prison by putting down ropes from the prison cells and escaping. And then on top, if you can see these holes where the king, they could throw melted lime over attackers who would come to attack this castle. But the king's daughter and her husband, they were caught eventually, so they couldn't escape. I'm sorry, I said that they were killed. No, they were caught eventually because they were caught for treason. Yeah. So that's the ruins of the castle. Amazing. And this, what you see here is the Lord Lieutenant's wing. So this here was the sitting and the dining rooms and the kitchen for the men in the castle. Interesting. So that was the Hammershus castle ruins. I don't want to show a lot of details in the video because you guys should come here, visit, read, and then explore and feel the history within such places, rather than me showing everything in the video. My intention is only to show some important parts of the castle and some places that I find interesting. Yeah, but it's a must visit place. I mean, if you come to Bornholm, and I think summer is the best time. Of course, we are here. This is December. Today is the 26th of December 2024, and it's very windy, cold and freezing. Not freezing, but it is very cold. Yeah, let's head over to the next spot. We are now going off the Hammershus castle to our next spot. Hope you guys are enjoying the tour with us. Do support us by liking the video, comment whatever you feel like, suggestions, good comments and everything. They're all welcome. Yeah, and please do make sure that you subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget to share these videos and our channel with your friends, colleagues and family.